Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police and Fire Departments. Thanks for joining us. I'm Officer Brian Hubbard. Edina police officers are getting out of their squad cars and walking the beat. Last year, the Edina Police Department started experimenting with traditional foot patrol in busy commercial areas such as 50th and France and Southdale. The Edina Crime Prevention Fund is covering the added costs for police officers who volunteer for the extra duty on weekend nights. So far, the response from residents and business owners has been overwhelmingly positive.
We've seen an uptick in crime both in the 50th and France area and certainly in the Southdale area. We think having the presence of our police officers in both those areas and others is going to both help our PR with our local merchants, but also just their presence is going to prevent the crime from occurring to start with.
The initiative has had a positive response from Edina's police officers as well. Giving officers the opportunity to leave the squad car and walk the city streets puts them in touch with the community they protect and serve every day. Foot patrol also makes officers more accessible and approachable, fostering positive relationships between residents and law enforcement.
Oh, obviously, anytime that you can spend time face-to-face with people interacting, answering their questions, let them bring back the human side to modern-day policing. Anytime you have something like that, it's obviously a plus and a win-win for everyone.
Not only does the physical presence of a uniformed officer deter crime, it also heightens the perception of security among residents and visitors. We all know seatbelts save lives. According to the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, there were 864 traffic deaths in the state over the past 3 years. 352 of those who died were not buckled up, which shows that almost half of the deaths were likely preventable. Most motorists know that Minnesota law requires drivers and passengers in all seated positions to buckle up or face a ticket costing up to $100. The requirements of Minnesota's child passenger restraint laws, however, may be less widely known.
So anytime there's an accident and a person's wearing a safety belt, their chance of survival is much higher wearing a safety belt. So we really recommend everyone wear their safety belt, and it's required by state law, so you'll save yourself some money by putting it on.
Infants younger than 1 year or weighing less than 20 pounds must be fastened into a rear-facing safety seat. Children may continue to ride in the rear-facing seat up to 30 or 35 pounds, depending on the seat's weight limit. Children who have outgrown a rear-facing seat should ride in a forward-facing harness seat, typically until the age of 2 or until he or she has outgrown the weight limit of 40 to 60 pounds. Lastly, a child under the age of 8 and under 4 feet 9 inches is required by law to ride in a booster seat. Booster seats must be used in conjunction with a lap and shoulder belt. Booster seats without a back can only be used in vehicles with headrests. All safety seats must be secured to the vehicle and installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. For police officers, it's an honor and a privilege to maintain peace in the community and to serve its residents. With that honor, however, comes the risk of being injured or even killed in the line of duty. Since 2006, a group of volunteers known as Cops on Top has been participating in the annual Summit for Heroes, a nationwide climbing event memorializing law enforcement officers who have been killed in the line of duty. Every year, officers, families, and supporters from around the country are invited to represent fallen officers from each state by climbing its highest summit. This year, a group including local police officers, state troopers, a Border Patrol agent, and a DNR conservation officer scaled Eagle Mountain, Minnesota's highest peak, located inside the Boundary Waters.
I started doing it when I was informed that no one had signed up from our state 4 years ago, and I decided that somebody, me at least, would hike it, because I know that if I were to fall in the line of duty, someone else would hike it in my memory.
Last year, more than 700 volunteers participated in the nationwide climb. Through further marketing to police departments and fraternal organizations, Cops on Top hopes to increase attendance and achieve its goal of honoring every fallen officer in all 50 states. Despite the political debate over gun ownership, especially after tragedies such as the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, the Edina Police Department and Crime Prevention Fund want to make sure people are safe around weapons. Together, the Department and Crime Fund have begun offering free gun ownership classes. Edina 16's Dietrich Nissen stopped by one to find out more.
So when I get home, I've got 2 kids ages 7 and 4.
Probably one of the biggest parts of gun ownership is being responsible.
Christopher Collins saw an online post for the free gun ownership classes and decided to take his family to the South Metro Public Safety Training Facility in Edina.
I would highly suggest these classes. It's nice the Department of Public Safety puts them on. To take advantage of a free course is nothing more than your time. And I think if you're going to own firearms and have kids, start from the very basics. You know, start with the basic firearm safety class, work your way up from there at your own pace.
Well, I just think, you know, the more we know about guns and the smarter we are around them, the better we're able to react in circumstances that involve guns.
That's a possibility.
Guns are dangerous. Guns are dangerous, bottom line. They have the ability to hurt and kill.
Officer Douglas Wagner helps lead these free courses. He says one of the keys to responsible gun ownership is understanding how to properly store a gun.
Gun locks, gun safes, storing ammo separately from the firearm, what kind of firearm is appropriate for home and self-defense.
Aside from storage, the class talked about gun accessories such as high-powered flashlights, as well as the laws involved with gun use during self-defense.
We discussed the things about the balance between safety and security and the idea of having the guns accessible and or still be able to make them secure and make them be safe in your home around children or guests or anything like that.
It's so tragic to hear about children shooting other children by accident, by mistake. Firearms genuinely do look like toys. You know, they're shiny, they're attractive. And I think it's up to the parents to learn how to keep the kids safe.
And by attending these classes, Collins and many other gun owners hope to do just that. In Edina, Dietrich Nissen, Edina 16.
Those attending the class received complimentary gun locks as well as the option to dispose of unwanted ammo or firearms for free. If you're interested in attending a future session, contact Police Officer Doug Wagner. On behalf of my co-host, paramedic firefighter Ryan Quinn, and the City of Edina's public safety team, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge. Until next time, stay safe.
Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.